Video for exposure setting. Exposure refers to the amount of light hitting the image sensor when you capture a video. There are 4 ways to adjust light level. The iris opens or closes to allow light in or limit the light. It is expressed in f-stops. F-stops are fractions, so 1 over 5.6 is larger than 1 over 16. It is usually expressed simply as 5.6 or 16. Openings larger than 5.6 can create a shallow depth of field, so the background is blurred. Everything remains in focus with a small aperture like 16. Shutter speed is usually set at twice your frame rate. If you shoot at 24 frames per second, set your shutter speed at 48 or 50. Slowing the shutter will allow more light in, but could result in a blurred motion. Speeding up the shutter attenuates the light but can result in a stilted image. Gain is the electronic amplification of the video signal. Too much gain will cause the image to appear grainy. This is called video noise. There are 2 ways to adjust the iris on the X70. 1. Press the iris button on the bottom left side of the camera, then use the manual dial. You will see the change in the LCD panel. 2. Press the iris button on the right side of the camera. This will make an automatic adjustment to the iris. To adjust the shutter speed or gain, press the shutter speed or gain buttons beside the iris button on the left side of the camera, then use the manual dial. You will see the change in the LCD panel. ND or neutral density filters are like sunglasses for the camera. When working in a bright environment, you need to limit the light without using the smallest f-stop and the fastest shutter speed and the lowest gain. You can add an ND filter. The controls are located on the back left part of the camera. As you move from clear to 1/64th, each level decreases the amount of light entering the camera. When in doubt, it is better to underexpose. Overexposed or blown out images cannot be rescued in post. Histogram and zebra stripes assist you in adjusting your exposure. The histogram is a graphic representation of the grayscale in your image. Pure black is on the left and pure white is on the right. The vertical axis shows the intensity of each grayscale value. Shadows, midtones, and highlights are represented left to right. To turn it on, go to the menu, scroll down to the display set, menu select histogram, and choose on. In the display set, choose zebra and set the IRE International Radio Engineer Units level. This sets the point when the zebra stripes will appear. Over 100 is blown out and beyond broadcast limits. I would recommend you set the zebra point between 75 and 90.